Hi, Jeff here with InspectorPrime. In today's video, we're going to be talking about creating and managing your agent directory within the CRM portion of your InspectorPrime Office database. So obviously, tracking real estate agents is incredibly important as a home inspector. The tools that we give you with the InspectorPrime Office database are incredibly robust and give you insights that no other tool can give you. So we're going to go ahead and get into the directory. I'm going to walk you through all the different fields that you can publish in there, and then also how these agent records tie into your actual jobs and services. So let's get to it. Okay, so here we are in the Inspector Prime Office database. And to get to our agent directory, we're going to go to the CRM and then down to agent directory. And here you will see all of the agents that we work with, past, present, and future. So you can see the different status tags as active, pending, maybe we're building a relationship with that agent. Inactive, we haven't worked with them in a while, or even blacklisted. I don't want to work with these people anymore. So before we get too in the weeds with the actual agent profiles, let's go ahead and add a new agent. So if you want to add an agent manually, you click on Add New Agent, and it brings up this form to fill out. So we're going to go ahead and say active. We're working with this person as of today, August 4th. We'll say this is a real estate agent. He does foreclosures, and it's a new relationship. Maybe he is tied with Legacy Apex Realty Solutions and he is part of the Summit Group. Put our website in here. Physical address. And then we can add an agent photo if we have a photograph of that agent, maybe from their website or something. And then also quick biography from their website if they have it. Then we will go ahead and submit this. And because this is listed alphabetically in this view, you can see Joe Kelly has popped up right here. So because this is just a dummy entry, we're going to go ahead and delete this. But best practice for Airtable and the Inspector Prime software tools is to never delete a record, unless you put it in erroneously, obviously. But let's say Joe Kelly is somebody that you work with. Maybe you only get one or two jobs out of them, and you never hear back. Instead of deleting, we recommend that you just update to inactive because again, you want to be maintaining that historical data for your business. But because Joe Kelly's a dummy record here, we're going to go ahead and delete agent. Okay, so now that you've walked through the process of how to add a new agent here within the interface, let's go ahead and select one of these folks. So we'll select Penelope and look at her profile. So again, you can see all of this agent profile data that we filled out when we just did that dummy record is popping up here. But what you're going to see is the historical data now for Penelope. So you can see it starts off with the referral history. So Penelope has referred 3 jobs for a total of $3,000 in total value. Earliest was January 2025, and the latest was in March 2025. You can actually click on the referrals to see which customer Penelope is tied to. So in this case, the job ID is Mary Lancaster. So if we wanted to actually look into the specifics for that job, we just go into our job and service management and search for Mary Lancaster. down, you can see the total job value. So Penelope has offered up six jobs, or has been the agent on six jobs rather. And again, you can see all of those different records here. So we went ahead and clicked on James Rodriguez. You've got the address of the job. Again, here's Penelope, your inspector, the client. See the different services that were bought during this referral and all the other data tied to this job. So let's go back to the agent directory and let's go back to Penelope. Now, Penelope does not have one in here, but let's say we wanted to add an office record for Penelope. So we would go ahead and click on add record. Let's go ahead and add one. So let's say Penelope called about a job. She has a client, she needs a short notice home inspection, so she gave you a call. This would be the area under the office records for Penelope that you would log that phone call so that you could maintain awareness of where Penelope is in your sales pipeline. We are going to go ahead and go over to our job and service management so that I can show you how the agents are tied to the jobs. To do that, we're going to go over briefly to job and service management. Let's go into our residential. And we are just going to pick a random entry here. Let's go ahead and go with Linda Martinez, see if she has any agent referrals. So as we're looking at this job, we can see David Martinez is the client's agent. Let's just say that David Martinez actually referred this job to your inspection business. All we need to do is go into referral history, type in David Martinez because he's already in our system. And now David is tied to this job as referring it to our business. Let's scroll back up here and let's say that David was not tied to this record here. So if we wanted to add an agent to our job, what we need to do is simply click on the plus button here, and you can immediately search that entire agent directory that we were just in and select whoever the client's agent is for this job. Now, let's say it's a brand new agent and they're not already in your agent directory. All you need to do is click on that plus, and then we'll go through the same process here that we did with that fictional Joe Kelly that we entered earlier. It's the same form. And so when you fill this out, it'll get dumped into the agent directory, and now you have that agent added as part of your directory. Great feature of the InspectorPrime Office software is that you can, from this job service record, request feedback from the agent. So because David Martinez, we have all his info, he's listed in our agent directory, and his email is now tied to this record, we can just click this button and it'll send an automated email to David to request feedback on his experience. I'm doing this because I want to demonstrate how InspectorPrime Office truly links all of the different information that you have from client to job to agent and a whole bunch of other metrics, how it provides those linkages in the background and provides you with a extremely clear picture of how your business is doing, what jobs you have going on at any given time, and a whole bunch of other data. That concludes the brief overview of the agent directory and how it is linked across your platform to different services and jobs and clients, and how you can go in and maintain your relationships with your agents that you work with. So, thank you as always for being an Inspector Prime customer, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks.